Now I'm live, I think. Hi. Okay. Just waiting on some people coming in. It looks like some people are arriving. So, can everybody hear me okay? I'm just working on this. Doesn't really look like anything. Oh, good. I'm heard. That's good. Wasn't sure. That's what I'm working on. Working on the background. I finished the first row of pockets and I've done the second row here. Obviously the pockets aren't there yet, it's just the loops for the pockets. And if you can hear pitter patter, that would be the dog. She keeps getting up. So, I don't really know what I'm doing. I haven't done a live on my own before. Just kind of sitting here working on this. I do remember though I was asked 2 questions. One was what was my favourite project during lockdown? That would have to be the As We Go striped blanket that I made for my friend. I obviously don't have it here since I sent it off to her at Christmas. But if you do want to see that, there's pictures of it in Instagram and I talked about it in some of my videos before. Hi, Froggy. Very quiet talking and sitting by yourself. And so I'm surprised there's so many people watching, even though I am doing almost nothing. I think the other question was about what my favourite go-to thing was besides crochet that was a craft. I don't really know exactly what that would be most of the time, but lately it's been colouring. I don't know if that counts as a craft to most people, but colouring's been my thing to do. Looks like everybody's saying hi to each other. This video is because I got to a year on here and I just thought I'd do something different for it. I'm actually kind of surprised I've been on here for a year and I've made so many videos. And how many people actually watch as well, that's quite surprising. When I first started, I didn't think really anyone was going to watch. And I just kind of did random stuff. Thanks. I think you like my colouring. I use quite a mixture of things because I have Prismacolors, Crayola, markers and things. My favourite pencils are Prismacolors and I really love Crayola crayons. I've been using some new metallic pens recently too, which are by Bic, I think. They're really good. Oh, it's coming along. I've got the sleeves to finish still. I've got to be what's the word? Making it wider, that's the word. Wider for like 5 sections. I've done the first section, so I've got 4 sections of making it wider, and then I've got to bring it all the way back in. You have it sitting around here somewhere. I could bring it over if you want to see it. I've also recently started a new project for Easter. I haven't finished it yet, but it started. I've done like 18 rows on it. I currently kind of use this bag for a lot of my projects because it's got different sections, so I can put multiple projects in here. And one of those multiple projects is being done in this yarn, which is Stylecraft. Give me a second. It's Stylecraft Regatta in the colour Crew. There's the label. About my favourite yarn. I have to think about that one. I don't have a favourite yarn. I like almost any yarn. This is the new project. Can anyone guess what this might be? Apart from that it's for Easter. That's probably the only clue I'm going to give you. My favourite yarn, I don't know. I use so many different types of yarn, and it depends on what I'm making. What might be my favourite. Like this here, this is an unusual yarn for me because it's bamboo and cotton, and I don't use bamboo and cotton very often. But it goes really nicely for this shawl, makes it very lacy and light, perfect for summer, spring. No, it's not a hat. That's a good guess. And it's not an Easter bonnet. It's kind of funny watching people guess. Yeah, I think the shawl is really lovely. I've only got 6 rows in the edge left of that shawl, and I'll be finished finally. So that will definitely be ready for my aunt's birthday on the 5th of April. No, it's not a basket. Another good guess. And if you're wondering why I sometimes reach in here, you're actually sitting in the top of my yarn cart. It's where I generally have the tablet sitting when I'm doing my videos. And so sitting in here, I have odds and ends, staplers, lip balm, hooks, things like that. You missing what, Katie? The thing people are guessing about or something else? I could probably give you another look at something if you tell me what the thing is you want another look at. Good morning, and thank you. The Easter Mystery Project. People are guessing about this here. It doesn't really look like a whole lot right now. It's just part of a project that's for Easter, and I've done 18 rows of it. No, it's not a poncho. It's a small project and it's only getting this one ball to make it. It's not a shawl. Do people want another clue as to what it might be? Because I can give another clue. Hi Bev. Thanks. That's okay. It's nice being able to keep up with the chat. Like, I know on some people's lives there's a lot more people and it's harder to keep up. It is an Easter egg, but what is an Easter egg to do? Like, what's its job going to be? And it's not a rabbit and it's not a pillow. Now I've nearly finished this row I started at the start of this. I've actually got to do 14 rows straight of just single crochet across, and then it's going to be another row with the pocket loops. Well, it will have something to hold, but it's not going to really hold treats. It's flat. It's supposed, well, I suppose it would work as a centerpiece. It's actually a placemat. So it's an egg-shaped placemat. And I don't know exactly where on the table it's going to go, but I made 2 placemats last year for Easter that were filet crochet, and it was holes that made some bunnies on it, and I thought I'd make some more because there's not just 2 people in this house. Yeah, I have made progress on it. It's getting somewhere. I'm looking forward to starting the green section that's right above these pockets. Pretty colour. Yeah. This yarn. Is this the yarn you're asking about? It's kind of interesting doing a live about somebody else. Because I've been on with Kim before, and I went on Nancy's live once, which was interesting. Although neither time could I see the comments. Yes, you're wondering about this one. This is Stylecraft Regatta, in the colour Crew. I got it in one of my recent yarn hauls from the Lincoln Wool pack. From what I remember, it was on sale at the time. Thanks. I don't know if I'm going to be doing like more lives or not. Like, they definitely won't always be in the Saturday space because my Saturday space is for doing random videos, and I'm actually hoping to do a tutorial on my tiny fly pattern soon. So that may be my next video in this space. What has been my favourite project? I've had a lot of favourite projects. I did say already that one of my favourite projects has been the Striped As We Go blanket. It was fun. Yeah, that's true, Froggy. The more you do something, the more comfortable you get with it. I was definitely not very comfortable when I first started doing my regular videos, and I was quite mousy, and I really had no idea what I was doing. Now my regular videos are pretty good, I think. Although it was a pain last week because I had to re-record the entire thing because I lost all the audio. And so I had to just kind of guess what I was talking about because I couldn't remember half of it. This is kind of like I have a crochet club, and like it's one I joined. It's in my town, and they do a Zoom every 2 weeks, and I've been joining in with the Zooms. And I'm usually sitting right here when I'm doing those Zooms with them, and we just kind of sit and talk. The only difference is here I'm by myself and I can actually talk. At the Zooms, people talk a lot, and it's a little bit difficult to get words in edgewise between somebody talking about their own project or what they were doing that week or whatever. Yeah, take care, Dawn. I just noticed that. So I picked this project to work on because it's super easy. I only have one stitch to do, and I don't have to look at it most of the time. Yeah, I do enjoy the Zooms. Also, I have actually got something sitting here. This is an envelope. Now, I've opened many envelopes like this, so people probably know what this is. It's my magazine subscription, which I may or may not open here. Yeah, hopefully we can meet after lockdown. Do I have any dream projects? I don't know. I definitely want to do some more amigurumi soon. And I have a bunch of shawls that I've got saved on Ravelry that I want to do as well. And I've actually got quite a few projects of like my own patterns that I need to work on. I'm not sure how they're all going to work out. One of them is a bit strange. It's based on something I made when I was 7. Um, I just sketched out a random sketch the other day of it, and it looks pretty odd, but I think it looks cute at the same time. I really don't know what my dream project would be. But I kind of like making almost everything, from like cardigans, advent calendars, hats, amigurumi, all things. So trying to pick just one dream project would be difficult. Although I do have one shawl that I have saved on my Ravelry, which is a paid for pattern that I haven't gotten yet, and it's kind of like a bees and honey kind of pattern. I can't remember what it's called, but it's got like hexagon shapes on it and kind of like a honeycomb. Use this. And I've also got things on my cart that are planned to do projects, because I have all down on the bottom shelf. What has been my biggest project? That might be the chicken shawl that I made last year. Like my biggest huge project. I've actually made quite a few blankets, because before I did YouTube, when I was still just doing Instagram, I made my uncle a massive blanket out of all sorts of different squares that I just put together. That was one of my first biggest projects. And I have other blankets that I've made as well, because I made the Striped As We Go blanket as well last year for my friend, along with the chicken shawl for my sister. And I've also been making squares out of a 100 square book, which I was mostly doing last year. I still need to sew them together, because once I sew them together, they're actually going to be my mum's blanket for her bed. And they're pretty huge. It's kind of covered the place. And I don't think I could put all 100 squares like I planned, because it would take over the whole room. Just because it's so many of them. I have them in a box over there, like in front of me, along with the book that all the square patterns are from, all in the box, so they don't get lost. I think I've also got what's it called? Triangles, those things up there. Bunting, that's it, bunting. I have bunting I was making last year in the box as well. And I actually still have to finish that bunting, because I never made November and December's bunting triangles. So I could do with doing that. I just never figured out what colors I wanted to use. Hello. I do have a planned project sitting in here that I've got in here that I still haven't gotten to. I did mention it in one of my videos at one point, which is this. It's a little hanger thing, which will hopefully go back here somewhere at some point. I haven't started it yet. It's just a cute little thing. I think the reason I haven't started it is because I can't be bothered doing the counting part. If I just did the counting, I'd have it started already. I'm going to put this back in the cover. I'm actually really liking this yarn I'm using. I haven't used Stylecraft Iron before. I've only used their DK of their basic yarns. It's a little bit softer than I was expecting it to be. And I think that's just down to the fact that the other iron weight yarn I've used have all had wool in them, whereas this one doesn't. So my brain was thinking, oh, it'll slightly scratch. No, it isn't, because it's broke. Oh, that's interesting. With this weight yarn, I think it depends on what project you're doing. This one, where's my card? Here's my card. This one I'm using the size of hook the pattern suggests. And the only reason I'm looking at the pattern to find my hook size is because I can't see the pattern, well, the hook size on my hook anymore. And now I'm being blind and can't see. 4mm hook is what I'm using, which makes for quite a dense fabric, but that's kind of a good thing when you're doing like an advent calendar, because it's hanging up and it needs some structure to hold itself flat. So using a small hook helps with that. But if you were making something that was supposed to be more drapey, like a blanket, going up multiple hook sizes you would do. And it says style craft not as common in other places. It seems to be pretty common here in the UK to use style craft, because I've seen a couple of other channels here that use it. And I think Petra's Happy Place has used it, although she's not here. You're welcome. Now, I'm not specifically fussy about hook sizes and them actually pertaining to what the yarn says. Like sometimes the yarn will say a 4mm or 5mm, and I'll quite happily go way up or way down, just depending on what I want it to do. Yeah, you have heard of it. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people use it, but I haven't seen like everybody use it. It's a fairly cheap yarn. Oh look, I've got a knot. Is this a tight enough knot, or am I going to have to untie this? I think I might have to cut this and retie it. It's kind of slimy. Yeah. I think it depends on the person if they're specific about their hook size or not. Yes, they are pesky. They're annoying and unhelpful. Especially when you don't want to have to look down and check on your project when you're doing something. I've got that gross knot out. The way I tie off my yarn is I go like that. So like both are lined up together. And I bring them around. And I do this. It tends to be what works best for me to get a secure knot. And then it just kind of sits like that. But it will lie down nicely. Thanks. It's nice for you to drop by even if you can't stay. And that's me finished another row on this. I almost can't believe I've been almost on for half an hour already. I was only planning to do this for an hour. Doesn't feel like it's been quite as long. Although in some ways it does, because I have no idea what to say. Speaking about that project that everyone was guessing about, I could tell you what the pattern is. who knows, you might want to try. So here's the pattern that you were guessing about earlier. So you can see it's a placemat, Easter egg placemat by Linda Perlman. And I found this pattern on Ravelry. And the way that I got a hold of it was through the Wayback Machine. I don't know if anyone else uses the Wayback Machine, but it's basically a site where they've collected information of sites, and sometimes their patterns are in there. Yeah, the yarn I'm using is really nice. It's mostly cotton. Get the ball band. Where did it go? I have now lost the ball band. Okay. Anyway, it's mostly cotton. I think it's blended with something. I can't remember what. So I could open this. I can still talk about it on Tuesday, but I could open it here. And by the way, it did come teared again. This is like the second time I've had tears already there on it. I don't know exactly when it's being teared, obviously, because it comes in my mailbox. But it's been coming teared, which I'm not super happy about. But at least the hole's never been big enough for it to fall out. Right, let's see. What have we got? There is a save thing when you subscribe. Not particularly interesting to me, but it's in there. And there seems to be two sort of books. This is the first book. And there I was, just talking about amigurumi. It's got amigurumi in it. So it's amigurumi, the cutest toys to crochet. Dress up Easter dolls. These are cute. I like the bunny outfit. There's a little mini bunny in here too. On this side. That's cute. I didn't notice that one before. This one's cute. I like this one. This might be one I have to make. Because I really like sunflowers. And then there's like a little talking bit. Sheep. I've never done hair like this on a doll. That would be interesting. Oh, this is cute. There's a little chick. Look at that. And then it's got a little friend. I like the little chick. And then there's a bunch of little eggs and baskets. They do clearly show all of this on the front, but apparently I have to look through the book to see them. Yes, this is cute. I like that. This is definitely better than I think last month. Last month was kind of disappointing. Color you can. So here's the magazine. Obviously it's Simple Magazine. This jumper looks nice. Here's the Pikachu. That's nice. I like Pikachu. Fun fact, actually, I used to really dislike Pokemon, and then my little cousin, when I was like, I don't know, 9, 10 or something, made me get one of the games, and then I liked it. These look cute. There's like a toucan, cloud, and ice cream. Those are cute. Next, Rico designs. I have to look at those designs at some point. There's all of the showing different people. Oh, this is cool. Like a vase of flowers. It's actually crocheted flowers, which would be great, you know, for anybody who's got hay fever or anything, which I happen to have, so that would be nice. And actually, my mum does as well. So maybe at some point I can make her some crocheted flowers. Wonder how long that would take me to do. Also a teapot cozy. And this. Which flowers are there? I don't know. Not specifically a flower person. Maybe when it comes to the pattern page it might have more. Here's like a small tablecloth. Flowers all over it. And then there's a cute cushion. It does kind of look like poppies. I think some of them are roses. Right, it does say here. Right, we have long stemmed lavender, carnation, rose. Yeah, there's a couple of different flowers in it. There's one of them. A couple of the small pictures of them. Yeah, a couple of different flowers. I think you could probably use the flowers for different things as well. Like if you wanted to put them on like a brooch or something. You want the flowers then? Here's that jumper again. There isn't a whole lot going on with the jumper. It's just the square in the middle that makes it interesting. And loads of articles. I'm not super into this jumper, but here it is anyway. It just looks really plain. Oh, this is cute. Like a little baby dress. That is really cute. I might have to make that at some point. It says you can do 3 months, 3 months, 6 to 12 months, and 18 months. It has a couple of different sizes. A blanket. Hi, Granny D. That's totally fine. What time is it there anyway, Grandy? A new sock pattern for me. Don't these look gorgeous? I really like this pattern. So pretty. There's fancy footwork. Might have to try and make those with some of my sock yarn. It does say sock yarn, so I've got the perfect stuff for it. Oh, 1140. It's 340 here. That was cute. Dog purr. She keeps flinging it out at me. So let's see. There's small, medium, large, and extra large sizes for the socks. I like the look of the heel. It looks nice. I'm happy people are liking the magazine that I'm looking at. And I'm happy I'm liking it. It's a lot better than last week's. Last week's was really dull. Okay. There's a blanket in here. That looks cute. I have to use some of my yarn over there. It's confusing when you're looking at things in a camera. Which direction is it, over here or is it over there? But yes, I have sock yarn in that bag right there. So I had to pick some of it to make with. Oh, this is really cute. Now, I don't think I'd be putting makeup in it. But generally, my makeup stays in a box on the shelf. So I don't take it anywhere. But this would be great for notions. A notions pouch. Super cute. We have some balls hanging. Don't know exactly what you would be decorating for with this, but somebody might like it. It looks like I've just used perler beads. We have a video game inspired pillow. Yeah. That one's nice. Hi, Kim. Ooh, this is nice. Look at that. All pretty blue colours. Yeah, it is a little bit funky on StreamYard. I think it's just funky in general when you're in front of the camera because things get flipped sometimes. And just in general, you're in front of the camera so you can see yourself. And I don't think we all spend our time sitting in front of mirrors. Just like, oh, look, I can see myself. This is nice. Like a flowery scarf. That's fair. Trying to get the light on it, but not make it glare. Because this is, you know, shiny paper. And we're on to the how-tos. And of course all of their charts on the back. I do like the fact that they put charts in these. And there's a preview of the next issue. I actually like the look of it. There's the preview. So it looks like it's coming with this hook here. And there's this pattern. Oh, there. I like the look of the hook. It looks really pretty. Yeah, this is wait, and that's a USA offer if anyone wants to look at that. Oh, that reminds me. Granny D wanted me to say my name, which would be Charlotte or Charlotte, depending on who's saying it usually. I kind of switch between saying Charlotte and Charlotte, just depending. I'm just a little bit obsessed with these socks. I think that's going to be the next project I start when I don't have to do everything else. Because I've got a lot of things coming up that I have to make for. Because the 5th of April is my aunt's birthday, and then May is very busy because it's the dog's birthday, my sister's birthday, my mum and her husband's birthdays, all in May. Very, very busy. Yeah, so either is okay. As long as I don't get it called Charlotte, I'm happy. Because there is absolutely no O in my name. I managed to get a couple of rows done. You could hardly tell because it's the same colour. But like this little sort of ridge area is where the pocket loops are. So I've done a couple of rows now. I am getting somewhere. I'm not sure exactly what I'm making for everyone's birthdays. I think for the dog, I was going to try and make a bandana type thing. It should be easy enough, it's just like a triangle. And then, yeah, I have started one gift for person in May, which many of you have probably seen if you looked at my regular videos. I show it there a couple of times. Interesting. Yeah, there's quite a lot of birthdays in this house that are spring, summer. For me, actually, my birthday's January, so I'm in the cold month, right at the start of it, too. There's generally nothing to do because it's cold, and what do you do when it's cold besides stay in? But of course, with lockdown, everybody's been staying in. Stay in, you don't go anywhere. It's actually kind of amusing watching people that are so used to going out for their birthdays or things, going to the park for their birthday, having to stay home and figure out what to do. Whereas me, I'm just like, oh, we're staying home, cool. I can sit and crochet today. Oh, that's cool, Gabby Grammy. I actually just came across you the other day because you were mentioned on somebody's video. I do believe I subscribed. Yes, yours is tomorrow. Happy birthday, Granny. You're like, you mentioned it earlier. 62 you're gonna be or something? You're welcome. Um, it's actually quite a nice day here. We had a better day the other day there because it got up to 18°C. Today it's 15°C, which isn't too bad. Definitely better than how cold it has been. I seen the spring weather coming. although 18 is more like summer here. Oh, you did? Cool. Yeah, I just kind of jumped up and went on hers. I don't usually go on people's lives. I just thought I would that day for some reason. And it was actually quite fun. I think with someone to talk to, it helps give them something to talk about. Now here, you can't really see it, but that is where my little knot is underneath my stitches. I will weave it in better later on, but I've just tucked it under my stitches for now. I shall have a look at that, Granny. I don't always see everybody's videos. I don't know if anybody else has that issue, but the amount of different videos coming in by all the different channels, you don't end up missing some. And I have some of them with the notification bell and some of them not. Just because if I had every single channel with a notification bell, I feel like it would be notification bell constantly. Which is good, but sometimes it's a little bit annoying when you're trying to do something and it keeps going off. They haven't figured out how to turn off the notifications properly when I'm like recording or something. And I don't know if anyone noticed, but in my last video there was a notification that went off while I was talking, which was slightly annoying. I noticed it because I'm the one editing and stuff, but I don't know if anyone else noticed it. It is very hard to keep up. I have like certain channels are like quote unquote favorite channels to watch just because I generally like what they're making. And then I have everybody else. Yeah. My tablet is going a bit funky at the moment. It's gotten kind of old, and it doesn't matter if I tell it to turn sound off or notifications or whatever, it randomly puts things on. Like yesterday, I had all the sound off because I generally have it on vibrate, and I started to type, and the sound for the keyboard randomly came on. It was really annoying, and I can't do anything about it. So I'm just having to put up with whatever my tablet does. Which was actually why we recently got a new one. And it had the same camera specs as this one, but I can't use it because the camera is actually really bad. I'm not quite sure why it's worse than this one, considering it's the same. But I'm hoping once shops and things, start opening up and stuff, that I can go and check out some tablets and actually see in person how their cameras are, so I can make a better decision, because online you can't really test anything, and if you bring it home, well, you put your like information or anything on it, it's not so easy to return. Like with most things, they don't want you to return it if you've put lots of what is it called, data on it. But when you get a tablet, generally you have to put in an email, and that's literally putting data in. I wouldn't worry about misspelling. I'm dyslexic, so misspelling is like everyday occurrence. I don't even always notice when somebody else is misspelling. So I have just about finished yet another row on this. And it's actually also coming up to the hour point, so I'm going to get ready to go soon. Because I think an hour is pretty good for me, especially with it being my first, I guess you could call it solo live, and well, I didn't really have a subject either, so I was just kind of randomly talking about things. So there's another road. I will be making my video on Tuesday, of course, and things I've been talking about today will likely end up in there. I'm actually looking forward to talking about the magazine in the Tuesday video because I really like the patterns. You're welcome. Yeah, I thought I'd better do something different for the 1 year on here thing. Wow, 5 socks already this year? I'm pretty fast, but I haven't made that many socks. I did recently make some socks this year. These ones. You've probably seen in my regular videos. This is the everlasting sock pattern, and it was done in a lighter weight yarn than sock yarn because it was some charity shop yarn I had. I just wanted to use it for something. It was pretty close. It was only like a ply different. They're really nice on my feet, and they'll be perfect for, you know, summer, spring, those types of things. Yeah, they are nice socks. If you check under some of my videos, I have links to my patterns that I've tried. Like, not my patterns, but patterns I've tried. And these are linked under some of them. They are quite cozy, yes. I wouldn't wear them like in 20 Celsius heat. That would be too warm. I definitely need to make some more socks because my first ever pair of socks that I made are starting to wear thin because I've worn them so much. So I think I need to make a couple more than one pair of socks for myself this year so I can switch it up between my socks. I haven't done crochet socks. I haven't done any knit socks because I don't knit. I exclusively crochet. My aunt knits, but I don't think she's ever made socks either. You haven't finished a crochet pair. So, yes, I have tried knitting. I don't like knitting. Knitting is one thing I do not enjoy. It makes my hands hurt for a start, and yes, it's just not my thing. My aunt tried to teach me how to knit when I was younger, and I think I did make like a square or something, but I didn't enjoy it. I see that's cooking. I took up crocheting from being in the house babysitting and being bored. So it's a lucky thing I picked up the hook or I wouldn't be here. Yeah, that is not just me that doesn't enjoy knitting. Now that's me at the hour point. Yes, very good point, Kim. She says some people aren't knitters, they are true crocheters, and that's cool. So I'm going to head off. I hope everyone in chat enjoys the rest of their day, along with anyone who chooses to watch the replay of this. Have a nice day, and I'll see you in my Tuesday video. Bye bye.